All right, Unferth. So Unferth is a total jerk, right? And he calls Beowulf out and is summarily put in his place. But then as apology, this is what I want to get to, is as apology, after Beowulf defeats Grendel and Unferth realizes, oh, Beowulf can actually do this, he gives him that sword, his ancestral sword, Hrunting. And hopefully you noticed what happened during the battle with Grendel's mother. Hrunting failed him. Hrunting did not do anything. So let's think about this ancestral sword for a moment. It's never failed in battle, but what's one battle that Unferth had that maybe was less than honorable? Remember how Beowulf called him out for killing his brothers? This sword would have been the one he killed his brothers with. So maybe that's why it doesn't work. Maybe there's almost a curse on the blade, or maybe it's sin-stained in some way. So maybe the blade would fail him when he needs it most. That maybe makes sense. So it seems as though the issue is resolved, right? And Beowulf actually gives Hrunting back to Unferth and thanks him for the use and doesn't mention that it failed him and all that kind of stuff. But notice on his deathbed, one of the things that Beowulf says is that he's never killed his kin. He's never killed his family. So years later, decades later, this exchange with Unferth is still with him. There's something about that that still bothers him. So I just think that that thread of Unferth's challenge to Beowulf, I think that that's an interesting thing to pay attention to in the play, or the poem. Now, why is it there? I don't know. And I don't know exactly what it means. I think it could be symbolic of a few different things. I think it could be a comment on Anglo-Saxon values, right? Of family and honor and the earning of respect. I think it could speak to the loss of respect. I think it could speak to the, continued punishment for something that you've done wrong, or a line that you shouldn't cross. I think there's an element maybe of pride with Beowulf regarding this. And maybe if he's still feeling it so many years later, maybe what Unferth said struck a chord with him just a little bit. And maybe even though he responded with that boast of, yeah, I may have won the race, but I killed all the sea monsters, maybe there was still something that made him feel like he lost the race. So it's just an interesting thinking point, I think, because it carries through the entire poem. It comes back as he's dying. He's still not over it. So why? And I think that's an interesting thing to explore too. I don't have like a clear answer to give you, and if I did, it would probably be wrong. So, just another point to ponder. All right. Okay, well, I hope you really enjoyed your reading of Beowulf, and I look forward to reading your thesis statements and your passage analyses. All right, thanks.